Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Today we are going to be looking at our two Jerome figures. And, I don't really like that. Let me try again. Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Today we are going to be taking a look at both of the Jerome figures. Right now there are only two Jerome figures. This is the Halo Heroes Jerome and the 20th Anniversary Jerome. What I want to know is which one of these guys is the better figure and which one deserves to be leading red team in your collection. So let's go ahead and take a look at each one by one, starting with the Heroes version. So Heroes Jerome is one of those figures kind of like Carter that has become extremely rare and kind of a bit on the legendary side in the Mega Construx community. He's not quite as expensive as Carter usually, but he is pretty hard to get. I got lucky and I only paid like $15 for this guy, and I'd say that's, as much as that's a steep price compared to retail, it's pretty good compared to the $30 to $80 that you'll find him at usually. He does include a stand like this, old style stand. It says his name on it. He comes armed with a AR with just a gray print, which I really like this kind of printed AR. Just the gray here. I think that looks great. And then he has the red stripe. His plastic is kind of this speckled green. There's like some darker green in there. He's got the stripe. He has the 092 right there, but it looks like 082 because the 9 is so fat. You have to really look close to see the line in between like the top round part of the 9 and then the little tail. So it looks like it says 082, and that's a little bit off-putting because he is not 082. He is 092. So that's a little bit of a bummer for the Heroes version. His head is done pretty well. Visor's maybe a little on the thin side, but not bad at all. Then he has a red stripe on the top of the head. This side he has this big Spartan head symbol, which is pretty cool. And then around the back he has the old version of the back armor with the spine. And yeah, he's a pretty cool figure overall. I'd say you really can't go wrong with having this guy as your main Jerome, especially because we have the rest of Red Team that matches him. This is Douglas. I do not have Alice. Alice is even more hard to get. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Alice. But yeah, overall, not a bad figure. Just the fact that his numbers say 082 at first glance is just kind of weird. So here is the 20th Anniversary version of Jerome. And he comes armed with an unpainted Spartan laser, which is pretty cool. These Spartan lasers is a bit awkward to pose when you're like trying to get them up and like holding them in two hands, but it's a cool piece. It's super detailed, really nice. So it's not bad to get another one. So this time Mega decided to go with a different green. This is closer to the Infinite Chief green, but a little bit brighter, and it's just very clean, very crisp. He looks very sharp. He's got the red paint here. The 092 is very small now. Like, it's very small. And we'll look at them together in just a second. But he still has a little red print there. The Spartan head is scaled a little bit better as well. It just fits on the top part of the armor, which is very cool. The head, he kind of... Wait, let me see. Hold on, I gotta take him out of camera. Okay, no, he doesn't. I was going to say he kind of has light print on the lights on the side of his helmet, but he does not. So I was almost wrong there. The visor is a much more thick gold, so you don't see really any of the green through it. And it looks really nice. Original pictures showed him with a yellow visor, and I was not looking forward to that. But thankfully, Mega did not go with that, and they just gave us a nice gold. We have the red stripe, and it continues further on this guy all the way around to the back. And then mine has some weirdness going on. There's some extra red splashed onto here, and then some yellow. Where did the yellow even come from? Like, they didn't put the yellow on the visor. There's just yellow. And I can't get it to come off, so it's just going to stay there. And then on the sides here, right in this little section there, it's gray. They printed some gray in there, and that looks fantastic. Out of the entire 20th anniversary pack, this guy is my favorite. Not only because Jerome is just a really cool character, but he was just done so well. So here they are side by side, and you can see, look at the difference in the ways that the number is done. Actually, all of the detail on Heroes Jerome is just thicker. The numbers are thicker, the stripe is thicker, the stripe on the head is thicker, the shoulder print is so much bigger. I mean, look at that. It's like night and day. And then you can see on the sides of the head, look, there's no gray, and then this side has gray. I really like the gray. It looks like he does have a little bit of excess gold on the underside, so that's a little bit weird. Let's see. Let's give him another spin. And then around the back, you can see old Jerome has the spine. New Jerome does not. So I actually looked up some reference pictures, and it is actually more accurate to not have the spine than to have the spine. Because the Mark 4 armor, it did have a spine, but it's basically what you see molded onto the undersuit here, as opposed to this big bulky thing, which I really like the way this piece looks, but accuracy-wise, it does make more sense to not have the spine. So that's another point for the 20th anniversary Jerome. Now, a thing that's going to knock a point off is the fact that he does not match Douglas. Like, they don't look bad side by side, but you can tell they don't match at all. And that's a bit of a bummer. However, there was a set name leaked recently, and that set name is Red Team Charge. Now, I guess that we would be seeing Red Team come back in full for the Halo Universe line, and it kind of seems like that's going to be the case. So, maybe we'll get a full matching Red Team, and I won't have to try and hunt down Alice. Also, I wanted to point out, look how fine Douglas's print is as opposed to Jerome's. Jerome's is just chunky for like no reason. I don't really know why they did that. And then, okay, I just realized something. Let me test this. Okay, no, they didn't. I was worried that they did the same thing with Jerome as they did with Chief and Carter and make like a new head. But no, the Mark IV head still gets like plenty of movement, so I don't really see why they need a new one. Honestly, it doesn't feel like too much of a contest between these two to me. I think the 20th anniversary version is just superior in many ways. The detail is crisper. We have more detail. The armor is a really just clean color. The back piece is technically more accurate. He's just overall a better figure, in my opinion. The Heroes Jerome is not a bad figure at all. I just don't think he necessarily deserves the like super rare spot anymore. I think it's about time his prices start dropping and people go for the newer versions of Jerome that are coming out. Yeah, it's just the Heroes version is just a little chunky in the print, and it's a little odd. However, if you want a full Red Team like right now, you have to go with the Heroes version because he matches. But like I said, there was the Red Team Charge name leaked, so I would hold out. I think there's a full Red Team coming. My guess is that it'll include a Jerome very similar to this guy or better, because the Falcon seems to have better figures than even what was in the 20th anniversary pack. And my theory is that for every figure we saw in the anniversary pack, we'll be seeing a set including them, as well as some other figures from that era. I feel like the 20th pack was kind of a testing the waters for Halo Universe. So, in my opinion, the 20th anniversary Jerome is just better. He's really cool. He's my favorite figure from that set, and he's just a better version of Jerome. However, if you are not able to get the 20th anniversary pack, and it is still fairly hard to come by, like Amazon is not stocking it like they should still, but if you haven't gotten it yet, hold out, because Deep Discount, the website, has Red Team Charge listed to release June of next year, June 1st of next year. So if it is indeed a full Red Team, It's going to be a $15 set, and you're going to get all of Red Team just like that. So hang on until June of next year when we get to see what the Red Team charge set is, and then make your decision about which Jerome to get if you don't already have one. If you do already have one, obviously you'll probably want to get these new ones anyway, just because the new ones are kind of improving on the design. So that's kind of the bottom line. 20th Anniversary Guy is better, but if you can't get a hold of that set, hang in there and we'll see what happens with the Red Team charge. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.